Alright, I'm on hole number 4 of the 2019 Spring Major. I'm in Tuesday's qualifying round for the rookie division. Alright, so on these types of holes, here's the hilltop. This side's downhill, this side's uphill. Okay, so this is the tee side, the tee box, and this is the pin side, the flagpole. Okay, so if you like hitting off the tee side, it's going to go, it comes down through the trough, it comes up the hill, it comes over, and then you get on the green over in this direction. So if you're hitting over here, it's going to take this big bounce. Okay, and when it takes that big bounce, how it rolls down on this side, you're going to have to adjust for that. And on this type of hole, the farther away you are on the shot, I just think you have a better shot at getting it in the hole if you start off on the pin side. So you start off on this side, it takes a flatter bounce. You're going to get a little truer read, and you're going to have to go less distance. So here you're having to carry this big bounce, and if you hit it here, its bounce is going to be higher than if you hit it here, so it's going to change its trajectory more than if you hit it on this side. On this side, you're already on that side, and it'll flatten it out. So it may change the distance that the ball goes, but it'll stay on that trajectory. So I'm always a fan of hitting off on the pin side. And once again, if you watch my videos, anytime I can get in front of traps as opposed to starting my shot off behind traps. So you're starting your shot off behind all these sand traps. Here I'm starting my shot off in the middle. It's almost impossible for me to end up in the sand or the rough unless I overshoot back into this back area. Okay, so my worst case scenario in most situations on this hole is that I'm going to end up on the green if I start off on the pin side. So I'm always going to start off on the pin side. And what I have found on this hole is that I'm in mid club. So mid club is right here. So my red line's up in this area. Here's my red line. So this is max, and this is minimum, and this is mid. Even though I'm in mid club, I'm hitting my max number. So at max it's 1.2, and at mid it's 1.8 with a backbone. And even though I'm in my mid club and I should be shooting a 1.8, I'm shooting a 1.2 because that seems to be where it wants to be. And I'm not really doing any side spin. It's just a backspin to get the number right. You got to hit it perfect. That's the whole key. You have to hit perfect. So the way that it works on this is that, like this tournament, where shooting minus 24 is like the perfect clean round. You shoot a minus 24, you're in the weekend round. Depending on your bracket, you're probably going to be looking at a top 20, top 25, maybe a top 15, depending on your bracket. Some brackets, a 24 is going to get you, like maybe there's like 1 or 2 in the top 10. But in most of these brackets, you're going to be seeing 26s dominate the top 10. And if you can shoot at minus 27, minus 28, minus 29, minus 30, which minus 30 would be, there's a lot of opportunities on this hole, on this course, to pick a shot up. It's going to be pretty, you're going to see a lot of 26s. But I'm thinking probably in the weekend round, if you want to guarantee yourself a win, you're going to have to shoot a 28 or a 29. At least in the bracket that I'll end up being in, it's going to end up being that you're going to have to be 28 or 29 in order to guarantee yourself a shot at a win. If you shoot a 27, even though a 24 is the number, if you shoot a 27, you could find yourself with some people with tiebreakers, where you're going to have to go up against tiebreakers. Whereas if you shoot a 28 or a 29, you could end up standing alone. I think the 26 picking up 1 on each side that's going to be a popular round in the top 10. In some brackets, you may only see 5 or 6 or 7 people that are shooting 26 or better, and then everybody's at the 20, a few 25s here and there. But it's going to be, these brackets are tough, no matter what level you're playing. And you can see I went straight at it there. I went straight at it. I made a 1.2 wind adjustment, and I hit it great to the left, and I was great to the left. The speed was awesome. It looked like it was about 5 backspin. These par 3s, you're going to have to work on them with your clubs. So you're going to have to find your club, and you're going to have to work on those, on its landing spot and how much backspin and what ball to use. I'm using a Carnival ball here because I was using a nav and the navigator put me right in my midline, and so it's a 1-power ball. So since I was trying to qualify today, I pulled out a Carnival ball because a Carnival ball gets me 5 wind, and I'm not really using any side spin, but I'm definitely a fan of hitting off on this side right here. It's a straight in deal. It's just a matter of hitting perfect. You have to hit perfect on these, but there is, and I've noticed this on all of the par 3s, there's some wind adjustment. On this one I haven't figured out. It's 1.2 per ring. I'm in mid club where I'm starting off, but I'm using my max number, and that seems to get me straight at the hole. So a little tip on this one, whatever you're using on this hole, work those numbers. For people who don't usually know what their minimum or mid numbers are, or eyeball wind it, this hole it's not going to make any difference for them because they're always going to use their max numbers, or they're always going to do that same adjustment. But for those of you that are actually using the wind ring method, and we're trying to dial that thing in so that it's not like once in a while we come here and we get a hole-in-one, but we're close every single time we have a shot at hole-in-one. Every time we hit perfect, we have a shot at hole-in-one. It's good to know that you use your max number. All right, that was hole number 4 of the 2019 Spring Major in the Tuesday qualifying round for the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.